Hello, I'm Annette. Welcome back to the Unexplained World. I am a witch with the Coven of the White Heart, and its High Priestess. I also run a tavern in Blue Island, Illinois called Potion Sandwich and Brew. I'm here today with Jim. When Jim and I first met, he was having poltergeist infestation. Jim, can you tell us a little bit about how that got started?
Well, just all kind of strange things started happening, and things that aren't supposed to happen. You couldn't really talk about it because, people think you're crazy. I'd be laying in bed trying to go to sleep, and they'd be pulling on my feet and my socks, My sock would actually be like 4 inches off my toe, I'd look and there's nobody there. They'd be rapping on the window. There's bright lights flashing in my bedroom window. They'd tap on the window. I'm on the 3rd floor, They'd slam cabinet doors, open dresser drawers and close them. The lights get real bright, like in the bathroom when I come in. They turn the TV on and off, lights on and off. Let's see.
Do they seem very frightening in the very beginning?
No, not at first they weren't, but then in the end they got pretty bad, Like in the end I saw devils and, all kind of stuff, but...
How many were there?
Well, at one point I counted 43. There was at least 43, because they were zooming in and out of the room, but I counted 43, so there was at least 43.
Now, was there any kind of a physical attack at all?
Yeah, they used to zap me all the time with, with electricity. And I actually had electrical burns on my fingers, remember?
I do remember that.
And they'd do my feet and my hands, constantly. They wouldn't let me sleep. Sometimes I'm up for like 3 days. And I found out what they're doing is they're draining my energy, and they wait till you get weak, and that's when they try to possess you.
Right.
So, let's see.
How about the reason why you had to shave your head?
Oh, yeah, they were eating my hair, and so I told this to a few people, and I said, you go to the doctor, maybe something's wrong, you're losing your hair. I said, there's not one hair on my pillow to shower, on my hairbrush, or on any of my clothes. I said, the reason I watch them do it, and they laugh at me after they do it. So, there's nothing I could do. I wear a hat, I'd be in church, I've been in the church for 20 years. I go to church every morning now. I go to church communion, I read the Bible at night.
So the devil's turned you towards God.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. When I was reading the Bible, he tried pulling the Bible out of my hand. And then he'd distort the words on the Bible, and I'd move so I could read it, and got to the point, it takes me a half hour to read this page. I'm going to read it, He's not going to direct my life. I got to, take control, so...
Looking for any way to try to exorcise these things away from you.
Yeah.
Did you go to the church at all for help?
Yes. Well, at first I went to like 5 Catholic churches, and I couldn't find a priest. I finally got a guy in Blue Island who's been real, pretty good. And before I even went to him, I went to talk to this friend of mine who built the manger and stuff for the Christmas scene, just so he could verify to the priest, that I'm not crazy, I'm of sound mind, because some of this stuff is really crazy,
Right, everybody would think you're nuts, so why would they believe your story?
If anybody told me the things I'm saying, I think they're nuts, and I wouldn't believe it, but they're actually happening, It's like I told a friend of mine, why would I make something up this stupid? These stupid things are actually happening, But,
so how was it that you started to find relief?
Well, this guy in Connecticut, which I contacted over internet, he was giving me little bits of information, but I asked him if there's any books I could read or anything. He said it's not advisable because the more you know about them, the more they seem to, mess with you. So, but he said I was in the infestation stage, and he said, I sent him some pictures and stuff, and he said, you definitely are haunted. He said, I've been doing this 29 years, He says, you're being haunted. And a poltergeist haunts people. Ghosts just haunt like places, like a house, a cemetery, this, that, But a poltergeist, they're with me 24 hours. I'm in a car, I'm driving on the express, I'm doing 70 miles an hour. They're right out my window, just go right with me, So. I
remember you telling me that they would dart out in front of you, try to stop you.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing.
Driving down the street.
When I'm driving, I'll be driving down the road, like it's a dark street on another highway, I'll see somebody walking down the side of the road, and they have like camouflage clothing on, and I'll look over, and when you get real close, you can see they're ghosts because you can see right through them, And when I'd look at them, the other one would turn the wheel, I'd be going off the road, And the one time, it says in some literature I read that, if they mess with you when you're driving, he says, don't drive, make sure you don't. And one time, they were messing with me pretty bad. They keep zapping me in my ankles, and that I'm trying to drive, because I can't work the gas and brake. And so the one time, I was cruising home about 5 miles an hour, taking the side streets. I put my blinkers on, because they were messing with me real bad. And I was noticing the other cars are, acting strange. And I looked, and he turned my blinkers turn them off, you know. I had to turn them back on. I mean, sometimes there'd be three of them sitting in the car, maybe in the back seat. One had my cell phone. I looked in the rearview mirror, and there was a little demon had my cell phone. He's laughing at me. He said, "You ugly," and I would, you know, but you know, he just disappeared.
Trying
and I'm
to yell
looking,
at him or something.
Yeah, then the phone was in the front of the car, you know, the passenger side.
Because they would move things around on you.
Oh, they do that all the time. They take things and hide them and then replace them later, you know. Like if you're looking for the charger for my phone or something, the first place I look, I know I look there, it's not there. I look all over the place, you know, and then they put it back right, you know, right there, you know. Or sometimes it take days and then put something back, you know.
Well, you finally found some relief, I think.
Yeah.
So the guy in Connecticut.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And well, finally, you know, it's been going on a pretty long time. I'd say about 6 months, you know, and it kept getting worse and worse and worse. So, I figured I'm going to go to a psychic and, you know, see what it's all about. I talked to the guy in Connecticut, and he told me it's not advisable because he said he knows people that have gone to psychics, and he says they haunted them even worse, you know. And even when they were rid of them, they went to psychic, and they came back and haunted them again, you know. But I had to know, you know, I didn't know what's going on, you know. I
have to try something.
I never even believed in ghosts or anything, you know. But so I go to a psychic, and he tells me that I'll get through this. He says, I'm being tested. He told me he sees me working, you know, helping people, you know, drive out devils and stuff. And I told my sister, you know, when this was happening, I said, I got a feeling I'm going to be doing this, you know. Everything happens for a reason. And he said I'm practically at the genius level spiritually. And that's funny because I went to an astrologer 20 years ago, and she's an astrologer and a psychic. And she asked me if I was a priest. I said, no. I said, why? She says, because my spiritual knowledge, you know. So he hooked me up with this other psychic. Well, this guy's name is Phil Clark, and he hooked me up with this guy who's a master. His name is John DeBree, and he said he'll do an exorcism. He'll get rid of him. There's no problem. So
finally, somebody has an answer.
Right. So I call up John DeBree, and he does the exorcism. He said, okay, they're gone. And so I told him, I said, look, I want to see you. I got a lot of questions. I want to talk to you. He said, I'll pay for your time, whatever, you know. And he told me he's giving a class in Wooddale. It said Sunday. He said, you want to come? I said, whatever. I said, I'll be there, you know. So guess what? I go to his class Sunday, and this isn't even a week later, and now I could do exorcisms. I could heal people spiritually. I could do spiritual healing. And this first psychic told me he sees me doing this, and next thing, I'm on TV. He told me I'd be doing it a big way, so I reach a lot of people. I mean, and none of this stuff is on my own initiation. It's just falling into place like this.
So maybe do you think that your story can now help others that are affected, and they think maybe they're the only ones out there that are haunted or have poltergeist problems?
Well, see, the thing is, they need help, and there isn't a place to go for help. You're scared. Whoever you tell thinks you're crazy. People start shying away from you. You start to question your own sanity. I did myself, but I mean, yeah, I've got pictures of them. Should I show it now, or?
Sure. Can we have those pictures?
Okay. I got a picture of.
Sit down first, then start.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a picture of one here in the TV. So I was trying to take a picture. Of my foot because they're pulling on my foot, like I said a lot of times, and my sock. But they also
now the TV is off in the background, but you can see the image of a woman's face in the television. Now the other photograph right here.
The devil's face right here on the sleeve of the jacket. Yeah, that's another thing. When I was lying in bed one day, and I took a crucifix, you know, and I had it on my chest, and all of a sudden the devil came out, and a big stream of like white steam come out of his mouth, and he was like pulling Jesus off the cross, you know. So then Jesus had a stream of white smoke, which I found out later is their energy. And anyway, we're going back and forth, and I got behind Jesus' cross, and I was channeling my energy through him too. I just did it instinctively, and it went on for a while. So then I put the cross on. I went to the bathroom. I came back, and Jesus was ripped off the cross. He had his right arm was broken, and they pulled a nail out of his feet, so he's just hanging by his left arm. So the next day, all I kept seeing was visions of the cross. Guess who was on it? Me. And then they started zapping me in my left arm, the same place where his right arm was cut off. And, you know, so then they, you know, there's this mess with my head, I guess, and they showed me a vision how they ripped Jesus off the cross. They had this big like vicious dog. He came from behind, and then the devil crawled up the front, and then he chewed his arm off, whatever. And then I see near the end, when it got bad, I'd see this big dog and the devil all the time. So, but I was told, whatever you do, don't show any fear. So the big dog came at me, was charged me, it was teeth and everything. So I socked him in the head, and he just went back and did the corner like that. Then the devil came.
So you were able to physically affect.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really hit him. I went right through him because they're spirits, but he just, backed up and sat down in the corner.
Okay.
Then the devil came at me and he was breathing fire, so I just spit in his face. And he just backed up and he licked his lips and smiled, But I guess, you can't be afraid, because they will, once they see you're afraid, they really turn it on. And, I used to do stuff like that all the time. Like even when I was, I'd be getting in the car, just late at night, they'd have people hide between the cars, and they'd be walking, and then all of a sudden they'd start running at me. They get right up to me, and I see their ghosts. You can see right through them. They constantly try to, make you afraid, and they constantly agitate you. They broke I just bought all kind of groceries. They broke my refrigerator. I got it fixed. It broke again, The toilet, they broke that. I got that fixed, They broke it again, so the water keeps running. They turn the faucets on, constant, keep you on edge, stressed. And they don't, like I said, they don't let me sleep. And there's no place you can go, because, I mean, I can move or anything, but they follow me. They're, so there's
in this case, you feel that the entities are following you as a person as opposed to haunting a place.
Oh, yes, yeah, definitely. Because I'd be with friends or something. They say, don't bring those ghosts in here. I said, they're here. I can see them. That's another thing. I can. The psychic told me also that I'm psychic, I'm clairvoyant, and he told me I have all the stuff, and I actually can see him. I can, see the spirits. He told me I have 6 spirit guides. Most people have 2. I said, well, why do I get 6? He says, because you got to do a lot of spiritual work. Get to turn the music up.
Take a break for a second.
Yeah.
You're still picking up them too, though.
Picking up really bad. When they started singing in the bar, that started overpowering.
Everybody just gets stoned.
Really strong.
You got the ride?
Yeah.
Oh, I would. Okay. Check. Okay, Jim. You have here one of the objects that you were telling us about that the entities were battling.
Yeah. This is Jesus, and they chewed his arm off, or the dog chewed it off. One other thing, I found I could throw my energy, which, I was speaking about that white line. So I take a crucifix like this, for instance. When they'd be attacking me, like the devil would be coming this way, I hold it, and beams would come out here, and here. And all of a sudden I'm holding like this, and I see a beam go out this way. And I look over, and there's a devil over there. So there's actually forces other than me doing this. So I figured, well, I'll just hold it loosely, And all of a sudden the cross just turn, shoot all over, and these devils come, because there's a lot of them. They were coming from everywhere, Let's see what else to say.
So you were able to actually channel your energy through an object to try to get them to go away.
Yeah, it was. It worked too. It was like it drained me after a while, but it was like a tug of war. It was energy against mine, and we'd be, And
now, since then, have you been able to do anything else with your energy?
Well, I can see spirits. I can see my spirit guys, and I could call them. They come to me. Do you want me to show you?
Sure, please.
Okay, right here I have a dowsing rod, and it it picks up energy. I'll show you. You can see it the way it's picking up your energy here. See that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, and most people can't see her, because I was in the class. I thought I still had these demons, and I was asking the master. I said, they're all buzzing all around me. I said, there's one in front of you, right? He said, you can see him? I said, yeah. He said, wow, it's pretty good. Most people can't. I never saw ghosts or any spirits before all this happened. Anyway, okay, let me call one down. Like I said, I got 6 of them. Okay, let's see. Okay, here comes one. See him? Just turn the rod.
Uh-huh.
You want to hold it? Well, I'll call him down.
Sure.
You can actually feel it when they do it. You can feel the magnetic pull or whatever. Hold it up. So, well, let me show you how to hold it. Hold it sort of loose, your thumb here.
Okay.
And let's see, let me call it. Let's see.
Just 2 fingers?
No. Hold it. Hold your hand, but just not. Hold it tight, but not too tight. Let me see. Okay. Okay, here comes one. Come on. Hold it up a little higher. There you go. And it's
Can you see it spinning?
Yeah. What's interesting is all the stuff is going to start coming out, the psychic powers and his clairvoyance and all the stuff he said, once I tap into my subconscious, which I'm starting to do with this dowsing thing I'm doing, which is how I do the exorcisms and also do the spiritual healing. For instance, my father, I asked him to heal my father, and my father's been in and out of hospital for the last 2 years. He just got out of hospital 2 weeks ago. And right from class, I went right to his house and, just to check it out. And I've never seen...
Did the Reverend say that he was going to send healing powers towards your father?
Oh, let me explain that. Yeah, see, what he does is the spirits do the healing. He directs them. Like, that's what I do. I'll direct the spirits. The spirits do the exorcism. Like, he did it right over the phone. And you communicate with the spirits, and they do it. They can do things that are impossible for us to do in our earth plane, but they can't do everything. But this girl I was sitting next to in class, he said he cured her girlfriend from cancer. She was supposed to go in for surgery for ovarian cancer, and she talked to him, and he did a spiritual thing, and he cured her.
Wow, that's amazing, curing cancer.
Yeah.
Now, how was it that he helped your father?
Well, I haven't seen my father look that good in 2 years. He had all this energy. He was teasing my mom, telling jokes, running around. Usually he just sits back because he's got no energy. I mean, and he's his old self again. It was surprising.
That's wonderful.
Also, he had some, from a surgery when he was in the hospital, he had some big sore. He said his thing is really healing up, started healing up real fast, too. So.
Well, good.
So, the bad thing is, see, there's no place to go. I remember I'd be out at 3 o'clock in the morning trying to find a church or somewhere to go. You can't go to a police station, you can't go nowhere when they're attacking me. You need help.
Jim, thank you. It's been a pleasure speaking with you today.
Okay.
And hopefully we'll be able to get some interviews with some of the other gentlemen that you spoke of.
Okay, can I say one thing?
Please.
If there's anybody out there that needs any help, if they have demons or anything, just get a hold of me. I'll have a P.O. box and whatever.
And we'll say that later in the show.
Is that okay?
That's fine. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And when you finish up saying thank you, viewers, for I hope you enjoyed this.
Okay. That's his job.
So we'll go over this one more time. So I'll say, if anybody out there needs any help with demons or anything, because I know there's no place, you don't have no place to go. You can get a hold of Annette at Potions in Blue Island, and
you can hold me through.
What about an email address?
Well, we can put posts.
You're gonna have a connection on our website to your place, okay? We're about the only ones that can get away with saying.
Well, you know what? Here's what I'll do. I can put up a free page that has everything. That Jim can tell me what he wants on there. It's a free page. It'll be very simple. This is how Potions is.
Yeah, because this ain't gonna appear until July probably. Okay, so it gives you plenty of time, right? And as Annette's.
Please check our website, Unexplained World's web.
Well, not everybody will be able to get on the internet, so make sure you can also say contact Annette. They can contact Annette.
You know what though, Ed? I'm going to have 1 million people who have calls calling me all day.
Right, yeah, leave it there at the website. Let them get on the net, but not on the net. They don't.
Leave it to the website. Anybody can call Granny and have her get on
the library. Go to the library and get on anywhere.
You know what? We've had experience with the other show too. I got that one specific line that I'll use again, phone line. They've contacted me when I get the other show on.
Okay,
or
so I'm saying goodbye, and that's it right now, right? Thank you, Jim, and that's it.
Shut up.
I'm just thanking Jim at this point, and that's it.
Thanking the viewers for tuning in.
And then I'll say about the thank you, Jim, so much for coming out to explain all this to us. If anybody out, you know what? Go for the thing you were going to say about. It's so hard to find somebody to help you, so please check.
If anybody needs help out there with devils, or I'll get rid of them for you, because I know there's no place to go, and I can do exorcisms now, and believe me, there is no place to go. You go to police, they'll put you in a nut house. I mean,
Right. Well, and the best way to get a hold of Jim would be go to the website for the Unexplained World, in which there would be a link, and you'd be able to contact Jim through that way. Well, Jim, thank you very much for being here with us today on the Unexplained World. We appreciate you telling your story, and hope to see you soon. Thank you very much, viewers, for tuning in. I've been Annette. Good night.